Yo, Adam Saxton with Guy in a Cube, and in this video we are going to look at the admin portal, how you can get to it, everything about it, what's inside. Let's do it. If you're finding us for the first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the videos we crank out. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. All right, so I wanted to look at the Power BI admin portal and what it takes to actually get to the admin portal, as well as what's inside and some other aspects around side of Power BI from an administration perspective. You may think that this is for admins only, but this may be useful if you want to understand how this works or what's available so that you can end up going to discuss that with your admin team. The Power BI admin portal is the place for your admin to go and configure things about your tenant from a Power BI perspective. And it covers different aspects of Power BI, from premium capacity to just general usage to settings to all sorts of crazy stuff. All right, so how do we get to the Power BI admin portal? And the way that you do this is up in the gear in the upper right. You will see items listed there. One of them will be admin portal. Now here's where it gets a little confusing. Everyone will see admin portal listed there, but you're not an admin. Or maybe you are. Everyone will see it. It behaves a little differently if you're an admin versus not an admin. We'll come back to that. So first off, from an admin portal, if I want to get full access to that admin portal, what do I need? You're going to need one of two things. First, you're either going to need to be what's referred to as a tenant admin or a global admin. So this is a role inside of Office 365 or Azure Active Directory where you're listed as that global admin. So this is the admin for the entire tenant. This is not a Power BI thing. This is a tenant thing or an Office 365 thing. So this controls more than just Power BI. So the likelihood is that there's going to be very few users in your organization that have this role because it controls so much and has access to a lot of different things. There is another role inside of Azure Active Directory or Office 365 referred to as the Power BI Service Administrator. This role allows you access to administer just the Power BI items. So specifically, it's going to get you into the Power BI admin portal itself. All right, so we've got one of those two roles. When we go up to the gear, we go to admin portal. What are we gonna see? We're gonna see a couple of different things, and there's new things that get added to this every once in a while. At the time of this recording, there may be an item that's in the admin portal that's not listed in this video. Just know that there are updates that happen over time. First off, you're gonna see an overall usage metrics for the tenant itself. This is very high level. It gives you some insights into what users are doing, but as of the recording of this video, it's almost like a dashboard because you can't necessarily interact with items there and you don't have access to that data set as a whole. If you do want full usage metrics for your tenant, you're gonna wanna access the audit log. More than likely, what you'll probably wanna do is use the Office 365 management APIs and extract that data, archive it somewhere, and then build reports on that. That'll give you the most flexibility with that data. But the usage metrics in the admin portal can just give you a quick high look and see what's going on, and maybe an indicator of, hey, I need to go drill in deeper into this area. The admin portal will also have some links to things like managing your users inside of Office 365, and also a link to the Security and Compliance Center, which is where you can access audit log information from a UI perspective, and or control permissions for the audit log. The next area I want to talk about is tenant settings, and tenant settings are where you can really control feature or capabilities of Power BI itself. A lot of the items in tenant settings allow you to either assign it to the entire organization, or you can disable it or enable it, so whitelist, blacklist, for certain security groups in your organization. So for example, export data. You may only want certain groups in your organization doing export data, or publish to web. Right? Because publish to web doesn't have any authentication. You want to limit the scope of who can do that. Another example of a tenant setting is create workspaces. So maybe you want to control who can create those workspaces in your organization. There's a lot of different settings. If you are the admin for your Power BI tenant, I recommend you spend some time, go through those and see how they line up with your business policies and see what you want to do from an organization perspective. It's definitely worth the time. All right, another area is capacity settings. So this is where you actually manage capacity. So this is really centered on premium capacity. So this is the capacity you purchase through Office 365, and you can assign capacity admins, you can assign workspaces, you can manage workloads that happen inside of that capacity. So maybe it's data flows, paginated reports, AI, what have you. You can control that, set memory limits, all of those items. That is where you go and manage those capacities. That's actually where you create a capacity node. That's where you tell the capacity node which region it's going to reside in if you're doing multi-geo. You also will see items for the Power BI embedded capacities you purchase through Azure. You'll see those listed in this portal, and you can assign workspaces and whatnot. If you want to manage capacity admins for that, you have to do that in the Azure portal. You can control organizational custom visuals within inside of your organization. So this is an area where you can basically say these custom visuals are blessed inside of my organization, and they will run inside of the Power BI tenant itself. You can also block certain visuals through this approach. So maybe you don't want those custom visuals running in your tenant. This is a way you can handle that. Embed codes are another area that's very important. So this deals with publish to web. And this means that if people are actually using publish to web feature, those embed codes that get generated, you can see them in the embed codes area. It allows you to control those, so you can see who it is, you can see what they're actually sharing, and you can revoke those embed tokens if you want. So if you figure out that maybe there's a breach of some sensitive information, you can pull that as an admin and not rely on the actual user that did it. You can also look at workspaces inside of the Power BI admin portal. So this gives you a view of all of the workspaces inside of your tenant, including personal workspaces, app workspaces, and the like. You can sort, you can do operations on those workspaces. So this is an example of a way that the admin portal is being improved to help you manage your tenant in a better way. And I would imagine that there's going to be further improvements on this specific item. So if you needed to work with workspaces or manage things or handle certain aspects of workspaces, check out this area in the admin portal. It may help you out. All right, let's circle back to the non-admin. I mentioned before that non-admins can actually see that admin portal in the gear icon. What's up with that? And the reason for this is because from a premium capacity perspective, you may, let's say that I'm the tenant admin and I list you as the capacity administrator of this given capacity node. Well, how are you going to manage it? Because all that's done in the admin portal, but you're not an actual Power BI admin itself. And so what you will see when you go to the gear and the Power BI admin portal, you will just see capacity settings, and you will only see capacities listed there that you are an administrator of. And so it's a very limited scope or limited window of what you will see, but that's the reason it's there. So if you don't have access to any capacities, or you're not, you're not a Power BI admin, you don't have access to any capacities, then you will just see the capacities area and it'll say, hey, you don't have access to any capacities. Another area of administration that comes up a lot is, how do I manage gateways as an admin, right? So as an actual tenant admin, I want to see the different gateways that are in my organization. If I go to manage gateways, I'm only going to see gateways there that I'm specifically an administrator of. So enter the Power Platform Admin Center. Now the Power Platform Admin Center, the reason gateway management is listed there is because the gateways can be used for more than just Power BI. They can be used with Microsoft Flow and Power Apps and other services like Azure Analysis Services. And so this is a way that you can go in, see all the gateways in your organization. You can add yourself or add other people as admins of that given gateway, and you can do other operations with it as well. And there's going to be improvements coming for that admin center itself to give you further access. The thing to note about the Power Platform Admin Center, as of the recording of this video, you have to be an actual tenant admin or that global admin role for the tenant itself. So if you're a Power BI service administrator, you're not going to be able to get into that Power Platform Admin Center. I would imagine that there will be a similar administrative role for Azure Active Directory and Office 365 that will let you get access to just that and not be a tenant admin. It's not there yet as of the recording of this video. So check the documentation to see if maybe that's available at the time that you're watching this. All right, that was just a whirlwind tour of the admin center, what you need to get into it, and what's inside of it. So hopefully you found that helpful. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below, and I will try to answer them as best I can. If you like this video, be sure to hit that big thumbs up button, smash it if you so desire. If it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button. And as always, from both Patrick and myself, thank you so much for watching. Keep being awesome, and we'll see you in the next video.